Hi, I'm Andy Powers, and in this video we're going to talk about the most devastating pitch in the game today, the changeup. I'm going to talk to you about how to develop it and put it as part of your arsenal. See you in a second. All right, so in this video, we're going to talk about what I consider to be the most devastating pitch in the game today. It's a pitch that I think every pitcher should have as part of his arsenal, and that's the changeup. The very first thing that I want you to understand about the changeup is, in order to be able to throw an effective changeup, you have to have feel for it. This is a 100% feel pitch. So what do I mean when I say feel? What I mean is that you've got to be able to throw this ball and throw this ball and throw this ball and feel comfortable throwing it. You've got to get comfortable with the ball coming out of your grip, all right, and holding it in a certain way and being able to throw it without you altering the way that you deliver the pitch. You've got to have the feel for that pitch and feeling it out of the fingertips. All right, so how do you do that? Well, the very first thing you do is that you've got to find a grip that works for you, and there's a lot of different grips that guys do. The very most common one that I see, especially with a lot of the high school older guys, is the circle change, where you're just holding it in these three fingers, and then you're making a circle with your index finger and your thumb, and it makes that little circle, and it's called that circle change. I've seen plenty of other ones, for example, a four-finger change-up, the three-finger change-up. I've seen what they call the Vulcan, which is like the old Spock Star Trek, where you're splitting it and throwing it. It really doesn't matter to me as long as it makes sense and is comfortable for you as the individual. But you have to experiment a little bit to get the feel of the pitch that you like, and I would probably fair to guess that if you've never thrown a change-up at all of the grips to an extent are going to feel weird to you at first. So you just need to stick with them and see which ones end up kind of rising to the top as far as what you feel most comfortable with, okay? So once you've found the grip that you like, the next piece of this is what I also start to go into as more of the psychological piece. It's amazing to me the players, the parents, even coaches that are trying to teach change-ups and how they teach it is so ineffective and wrong. What we understand about the changeup is that when the pitcher throws it, it needs to look like he's throwing a fastball to the hitter, but it's going to be a lot slower. So psychologically, every pitcher understands that the pitch needs to be slower on the way to the plate. So what I inevitably see with a lot of guys that don't practice the changeup is that they'll come through and it's all fastball, 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 and then right at the very end it's we're gonna really back off it. Okay. Well, that immediately tells the hitter what's going on. The key to the changeup is that he can't tell the difference. So what I try to explain to my guys is try to make it kind of like a math equation. So follow me with this. If we can agree in the very most simplistic terms that velocity equals arm strength plus arm speed, okay? So it's how strong your arm is, and what I mean by that is not just how physically strong your throwing arm is, but how much energy you can generate through your body and transfer into your arm as you're throwing it. So arm strength plus arm speed, how fast we can move that strength at the same time, equals the velocity of the pitch. If you can agree with me on that, then the next part of this is simple. The changeup represents a certain kind of pitch. Well, a hitter can only see one of those two variables, arm strength and arm speed. A hitter can only see one of them, and that's the arm speed. He cannot see the arm strength that the pitcher's implementing into the pitch. So if a pitcher can sit there and sell the arm speed part of it in the pitch and just kind of go, I say dead arm, but kind of just backs off the muscle piece of it, he's going to sell that changeup very effectively to the hitter, and he's not going to be able to tell that there's a different pitch is coming, okay? So think about it in terms of that. The other part about this is that especially when I'm working with new guys or working with guys on developing this pitch, immediately, like I said, they want to already start trying to make this pitch go slower. You're not going to be able to do that and do it well in terms of the way that you're going to deceive the hitter. So the way that we develop the changeup to get started and all the time is what I tell my guys is to hold the ball like a changeup. So if you throw the circle change, hold the ball like a circle changeup and throw a fastball. And they kind of look at me like, what do you mean? Well, what I mean is this. I don't care, especially on the bullpens and when we're throwing on the sides and stuff, I don't care if this pitch, this circle changeup, is any less hard than your fastball. If you throw 85 on your fastball, I don't care if you hold it like a changeup and you throw 85 with this pitch too. Because what you're creating is you're instilling in your body the sense of moving fast, throwing with some intent, getting the release point out in front of you and letting that ball come off of your fingers. The only way you're going to be able to do that is by throwing it like a fastball. Once you get comfortable with that ability, then you can start to play with it. Then you can start to back out of some muscle a little bit. But that becomes later on. And you kind of experiment with your body a little bit. So what are some other ways to throw the changeup or develop it as well? I'm going to say I'm going to operate on a regulation-sized baseball field of 90-foot bases, but wherever you're at, 60-foot bases, 80-foot bases, whatever, just from first to second, third to second, the distance between your bases, that's a great time to start developing your changeup. How do you do that? Well, whatever that you're playing catch for that day, and you do your long toss and you stretch it out. When you are working back in, whenever the far guy, the guy in the outfield, reaches second base, so the distance between the guy on the line and second base is whatever you're playing at, let's say 90 feet. That's what I call time for extended changeups. And what we're going to do is you're going to hold your changeup and you're going to do a little shuffle step, and you're going to throw that changeup to your partner from 90 feet away. The only way you can throw an effective changeup from 90 feet away, okay, one that's gone on a line that doesn't have a hump in it, is to be able to keep that arm moving fast, get it out front, keep your body moving quickly as well. And we make about 5-10 throws. There's no set number in this every day, but we're just doing it every single day just to get our feel, okay? So the extended changeup is a really, really good way to throw and develop this changeup. Holding it like a holding it like a changeup and throwing a fastball is a great way to start learning how to throw your changeup, okay? These are some easy tools to get you started. As you continue to get more and more comfortable with the changeup, then as the individual, you will find that guys will start to play with it. They'll start trying to back off it, but that's because they've got confidence and feel for that pitch, okay? So that's how you throw the changeup. I definitely believe that it needs to be mixed into every pitcher's bag of tools and his tricks, if you will, because the ability to throw a devastating changeup on command to a hitter will absolutely destroy the offensive team, especially if you can throw changeups when you're even behind in the count. That's really special if you're able to do that, okay? I appreciate you watching this. Check me out on my other videos on this YouTube page. Make sure that you subscribe right below on the button, and I'll see you in the next one.